Well, my friends, we're to the point where we want to load up a YouTube video. And so in the first half, we're going to be talking about how to load up a YouTube video, have our halftime. Second half, we're going to be talking about metrics. Lots of numbers available on YouTube. I'm going to tell you which ones are important for you to pay attention to when you're starting out. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Bill, what the heck are you dressed as? Well, you know what? It's festive today. You know why? Because I made cookies. And you may see some flour on this shirt because I really don't know what I'm doing in the kitchen. But remember that last video that I did and the thumbnail? I just did a sample thumbnail of as if I was making a chocolate chip cookie video. That video thumbnail looked so good that I had to go into the kitchen and make chocolate chip cookies. And if you want to see some guy in the kitchen who hasn't baked for a while and is trying to figure it out, and you want to see Yvette nervously run into the kitchen to help me out, well then, it's here on this channel. It's a live that I did. Go ahead, enjoy. But I'm dressed like this because you know what? I just got done with doing that. But hey, we're authentic here. So let's get on with loading up a video for YouTube. As of the last episode, we've created a video, we've edited it, we've made a thumbnail for it, a title, and put together a description. With all of those things in place, we can now go and load up a video. And so I'm going to go ahead, fire up my computer, and bring you in, and we're going to load up a sample episode. All right, it is time to load up your video to YouTube. To do that, you're going to go to your account on YouTube and look for this little icon, Create, up here. Click that, and it's going to give you choices. Now, your choices sometimes will change, and they're actually coming up with some new features in 2025 that I'm excited about. The first being the ability to create courses. But let's go ahead and upload our video. So, first thing you're going to do is start uploading the video. And while the video is uploading, you're going to be able to fill out all the information. Let's select files. And I know this is the one I want. So it's going to grab that file, start uploading. While it's doing that, let's go ahead and fill in all of our fields. Now, notice there's a lot of blue here that you are not going to see. And this is because I have another app uploaded. We'll talk about that later. The important thing is don't worry about it. Ignore it. You won't see this, but it's not going to make a difference. So title, let's see. This is episode 6. YouTube video formats. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that title, but just for now, let's go ahead and leave it like that. YouTube. The title is going to go with the thumbnail, which we're going to get to. Right now, I'm going to type in the description. Description is good to tell YouTube what this video is about. It has, you see down here where it's saying it's got 10 minutes left. So it's already uploaded the video and now it's checking it. And this is, they're going to check it for copyright infringement and all this kind of stuff. There we go. Okay, the thumbnail. Of course, you make this ahead of time. All right, so if we go below this, playlist. If you have a group of videos that you want this to be part of, you hit the playlist. This particular one is part of my series, and so it's useful to put it in a playlist. Now, these playlists will be on your profile, your account profile. And so if people really like a certain aspect of your outreach, you can give it all to them in one place. Now, it will ask you if this video is made for kids. This is an important setting here. If your video is made for kids, there are some restrictions that go with your video. And so me as a default, no, it's not made for kids. Of course, kids can watch it, but it's not directed at young children. So no, it's not made for kids is the easiest way to go. If you have a paid promotion, you're supposed to be clicking that to let them know that the product was given to you for free, or you've got some monetary compensation for what you're about to say. And there will be a notice that will go to the viewers. And there's laws regarding this. I do not have a paid promotion in this, so I'll leave that unchecked. Altered content, this is becoming more and more important. That's asking, is there any artificial intelligence in this video that may deceive somebody? For example, I have a Cameo interview with Garrett Hartle. If I created that out of AI and he really didn't say those things, then I'd have to check that and say, yes, I have artificial intelligence in here that made President Joe Biden endorse this video and tell everybody to come watch it. He didn't say that. And so I'd have to say yes. But since I don't have President Joe Biden on this video, and the interview I did with Garrett Hartle was actually in person and Garrett agreed to it, I will say no. There's no artificial intelligence. This does not mean you used AI to help you write a script or put together a title. That's not what they're talking about here. It's, did you use AI in a way that it's going to deceive people into thinking that somebody did something that they really didn't do, or that a nuclear strike happened in some city? If you're creating that out of AI, then you've got to say, this is altered. Everything else here, just go with the default, and we'll talk about the intricate things that you can do with videos a little bit later. Now, tags, minimal effect, but you can, as a new channel, tell YouTube what this video is about. So I'm going to say YouTube for beginners. There we go. Good enough. You can have a lot of hashtags, a lot of tags. Sorry. So, okay. Category. This is something that you can work with. I say pets and animals. YouTube's going to find your audience, so you can choose one if you want, or just not worry about it. So let's go to next. End screens, that's at the end of your video, and YouTube allows you to put on clickable areas that allow people to subscribe, go to another video, or go to a playlist. And so you can either add it all manually, or else you can import from a video. And like I do the same end screen for all of my videos in this series. So I can have the option of going and looking for the last one and saying, just give me the same end screen that I had the last time. And so it's done that. We can play this. On that first video to be released. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. There you go. Now I have the option if I want to manually add an element. So I'm going to put a video here. What video do I think that my audience would want to go see after they watch this video? In this case, I'm not going to put a video there. I'm going to send them to the playlist. But after I release the next video in the series, I'm going to come back and I'm going to add in this video click so they can click this and go to the next video. Obviously, I can't do that until the next video is loaded up. So I'm not going to have that on there, but this works as I've got it right here. Hit save. Going to go next. And here is the checks that it keeps talking about at the bottom that it was going to do. No copyright issues found. That's great. Now, this is not the final word. This is just their preliminary check to see if you've got any copyright music or any problems. It doesn't mean that you're free to go. After the video is out there, they may find a copyright problem, and so they'll let you know. So be very careful about what music you use. The music I use in here, I have the license. And so if they ever come to me and say, you're using somebody else's music, I will provide to them the license and say, yes, I am, but I paid for it. And they're very serious about that. You get 3 copyright strikes and they take your channel down. Not good. So don't mess with that. Now we're ready to publish this. We can make this private to where nobody except the people that I say can see it. So if I want a very private video between me and my family members, say, for example, then I can make it private. Unlisted means that anybody can stumble across it, but they need a link. And so I can send a link to anybody I want to, but it won't show up as a recommended video in anybody's feed. So it's not public, but it's only kind of hidden. It's the equivalent of putting your front door key under the doormat. Anybody can maybe find it, but they'd have to know where to look. Public, everybody can watch the video. This is what we normally do. And in Instant Premiere, what is a premiere? If I check that, what happens is when I publish my video, it'll immediately announce to everybody who's subscribed or everybody around that there's a premiere and there will be a live chat. Now, this is just a text chat. You don't see video. You're all watching your new video together and you're typing about it in the chat. I use this extensively because I am building community. It's a way to build community. If you don't have a community, it's kind of like throwing a party and who knows if anybody's going to show up. But it's a tool to use. Now, I am going to schedule this. And actually, there we go. So I have scheduled it. I'm going to set it as a premiere. I'm going to set up the premiere. There's going to be a countdown with every premiere. And you can count down however many minutes, 1 to 5 minutes you want. I usually go to 1 minute. Default is 2. And you can have a countdown theme. For my Chameleon videos, I like to go with ambient. For my DIY Chameleon Guy videos, that's kids. And what I do for this mini series here is contemporary. It really doesn't matter, but I like to do themes. And then when I hit schedule, it's ready to go. And that is how you upload a video. If you want to send a link to anybody, you can click that. Link's copied to your clipboard and you can share it on social media, email, wherever you like. And that, my friends, is how you upload a video to YouTube. Now it's time for our halftime. We're going to catch up with Yvette and see how she's doing. Last Saturday, which was yesterday, she launched her second video. And so we're going to catch up with her and see what she's learned and what she's going to apply to doing her third video. Hello all, I'm here with Yvette, who is the celebrity of the hour, because you just launched your second video.
I did.
How do you feel about that?
It was scary as usual. I thought he would, I don't know what to say, but it was my second one.
All right. So now, how did you do the recording? This is your first time that you've just done a full video, talking head, looking at the camera.
Okay.
How was that?
That was painful, but I learned a lot. The first thing I did was I kept doing little shots. I kept having to restart, and do it.
What do you mean by that?
I kept hitting record and then stop, record, stop every time I made a mistake or felt I needed to do it again. That's what I did.
Yes, I saw her video collection. It was over 70 little clips because she stopped every time she wanted to do something over again. And
what did I learn?
What did you learn?
Next time I do that, I am just going to let it roll. And I'll start over, let it roll, keep going. It is a lot easier to edit when you do it that way. And so that was a painful editing process. But I believe next time I will do it differently. I will go all the way through and go from there.
You see, this is why it's important to just do it, because you never know what you're going to learn.
Yeah.
By the way, This hat right here that I'm wearing, this nice festive hat, Christmas tree hat, she made it by hand.
I did.
She makes Christmas tree hats. See, I have a very talented wife here. Oh. Okay, so you did your video. It was, what was it about?
It was about bringing your Fantasticus home.
Okay.
That's what it was about.
And that's a very useful type. It's one of those things you were talking about. Your purpose was to create videos that had that information. So when you were talking to people, you could send them a link to a video instead of repeating the same thing over and over.
Yes, that's be very helpful. You saved my voice.
So what does the third video look like for you?
What I'm doing is the topic is setting up your fan cage.
That's going to be a popular one.
So that'll be a really good one. I get that. That is one of the most common questions asked. How do I set it up? So we'll be doing that. Okay. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I know once I get it down, it may be a combination of the talking head, of me actually assembling. I haven't decided, but it seems like I'm experimenting every video that comes along. I'll see what I can do differently or grow on that. I'm doing a different project, so I'm actually having to build a cage with intention. I have to make sure what I say goes along with what I'm doing. So it's a tutorial, an actual visual tutorial. And so I have to make sure everything matches what I'm doing.
Well, good luck with that.
Oh, yeah. So it might be a whole mixed bag of tricks. Who knows?
All right. Well, then we'll send you off to do that. Thank you very much for giving us an update. And we look forward to video number 3.
Thank you. Bye.
Welcome back. All right. You have loaded up your first YouTube video. Now what? Well, there will be some marketing that you want to do, and we'll go over that in the next episode. But right now, I want to go over how you measure how well your video is doing. And for that, YouTube gives us a rich suite of numbers that can be, frankly, overwhelming because that's a lot of information. Now, how do you access this information? They have something called the YouTube Studio. So if you're on the desktop, it's very easy to access this by just clicking your profile and going to YouTube Studio. Once you're there, you're going to be able to see an entire dashboard as to how things are going. Now, if you're on mobile, there's a separate app. So you have your YouTube app and then you have your YouTube Studio app. 2 separate apps. You have to download them both separately. Sign up to the YouTube Studio, open it up, and you're going to be able to see these numbers. Now, the first thing you're going to see is your overall dashboard that's going to be measuring your entire channel. So let's go to Channel Analytics. And here we've got views. That's how many times people watched your videos. And look for the time scale. This is 28 days. And the watch hours, how long people have spent watching your material, how many subscribers you got in the last, in this case, 28 days, and how much money you made this month. This is overall channel health. The thing is, it only tells you how you're doing, not what you need to change. And that's actually what I want to talk to you about today, is the important metrics that you can go in that can help you make decisions. And for that, we've got to go into individual videos. And so we click on the content. And let's pick this one right here. And I'm going to hit analytics. So to get to the individual video, we go to the content section. We click on the analytics for the individual video, and we're going to get a dashboard much like we did for the entire channel. And you're going to be able to see, once again, views, watch time, subscribers, and the revenue that you got from this channel. What I want you to do is go to the reach. And under the reach, you are going to have this very useful box here. That's impressions and how they led to watch time. What this is, these metrics is going to show you how many times YouTube showed your video out into the real world, and then how many people clicked on your video. Now, it doesn't matter at this point how many people YouTube showed the video to. You can't control that, at least not directly. what you want to look at is this CTR, click-through rate. In this case, it's 6.3%. What that means is 6.3% of the people who saw this clicked on it. The reason why we care so much about that number is because that tells us how effective our thumbnail is to get people to click. If this is low, that's telling you you need a different thumbnail. How many people actually got to see your video before they made the decision to cut you out of their life? And different industries are going to have different click-through rates as standard. Me, as far as my Chameleon channel, I get anywhere from 4 to 8%. Those are standard for me. Everybody's going to be different. I mean, there's got somebody out there that's getting 25% click-through rate. They're going, ha, 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 I got such a great channel. And some people out there only have 2%. They're saying, oh, man. Don't compare yourselves to other people. You look at this number and you see, okay, is that low for my channel? 6.3? That's pretty good for my channel. But if I see it getting down to 4% or below, that tells me I need to change my thumbnail. And go back to that episode we had on thumbnails. How can I make this thumbnail more interesting, more engaging? Now, the second metric that's conveniently put in this little diagram is your watch time, or more important, your average view duration. What this means is that of the people who clicked your thumbnail and started watching the video, this is the average length of time that they spent watching the video. This is the absolute most important number on any of these pages, because it's that number that tells YouTube whether your video is worth it to show to other people, i.e. the impressions. So if you want to get more impressions, you want to be shown to more people, you need to get that view duration up. So you see how this works? YouTube is looking at that view duration. It's saying, how good is this video? YouTube wants to send good videos out to its people, because the more they watch YouTube, the more money YouTube gets. And so if your video is great, it's going to rise up. And remember that number up front, the impressions? You don't have control over how many accounts YouTube shows your video to, at least not directly. But the more people watch your video, the more YouTube is going to say, hey, let's show this to more people. So of all the metrics that we have here and the ones that I'm going to go over, the important things for you as a beginning YouTuber is look at the click-through rate, because that tells you how good your thumbnail is, and the average view duration. That tells you how good your video is. How good is your promise, and how good do you fulfill that promise? See, you could watch how-to YouTube videos all day long, all these ones that promise you the secrets as to how you can beat the algorithm. Or you can just make good content. And making good content is going to bring you more success than gaming the system ever will. So you make a video, the one we just loaded up, and then after 24 hours, after a little while, you go in and you start looking at these metrics to see how well your work is doing. Yes, we're all interested in the overall and how our channel is doing and how many subscribers we have and how many watch hours we have. Are we closer to monetization? So those are the good high-level metrics. But when you really want to do something that's going to flip the levers of how well your channel is doing, you go into this analytics for each individual video and you see your click-through rate and your average view duration. A very cool thing is, if you can go to the overview for this video, is after about 24 hours or so, it's actually going to show you how long people stayed when they watched your video. So yes, the average view duration, that's important, but now you can go in and see every minute of your video, where did people stick around? Where did they drop off? And this is a way that you're going to be able to say, hey, maybe I won't do that next time, or wow, they really liked this part of my video, I'll do that more. And there's so many more metrics. We can start talking about SEO and search terms that were used to find your video. But here's the problem. It's very easy to get lost in metrics, in all of these numbers, and you start seeing patterns in these numbers that may or may not exist. When we start getting obsessed with finding patterns in these numbers and somehow finding a way to make life better, we end up getting distracted from what's important, and that is simply making good videos. So yes, please get to know all these metrics, enjoy all these metrics, enjoy all the little twists and turns and learning about your videos. But for now, this video is all about you starting out. For now, just focus on your click-through rate and your average watch time. And you can get into the viewer retention. That's kind of good too. And those are the levers that will actually make a difference in your channel. Now, let's talk about monetization. When you're starting off of a channel, you need to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Yes, I know there's a 500 and a 3,000, but we want the AdSense. We want actual ad dollars in our pocket. And that's the second tier of monetization. And so we are going to want to do things that bring in subscribers and keep them watching for a while. Appropriately, this week is all about channel growth. So we're going to be talking about different strategies to use to bolster those numbers up. No shortcuts, no gaming the system, good, honest quality videos. That's what we're going to go over. Okay, folks, that's it for today. Remember, if you haven't seen the live sessions that I do every Sunday at the beginning of each week, go back and check out the playlist. So far, we've done a live with Fatty of Daffy's Reptiles, Dylan Perrin of Animals at Home Podcast, and Richard Stewart from the Tarantula Collective. Next Sunday, we've got Diane Solani from Reptiliatus. And after that, we've got Chris and Casey from Golden State Tortoise. And so there's a lot going on here. Thank you very much for joining me here. I'll see you next time.